Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I'll reign.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Chubb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. And this one is right through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. 1st and 10 now. Willis and the Titans at their own 19-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. From the 22. Here's 2nd and 8. This defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, something like that neighborhood.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Right side complete. That's Woods. Touchdown, Colts. Jelani Woods, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And a throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
first down carry for Henry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. It's a play fake. Here's Willis. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackman. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into? What? A free hitter.
And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
He's going to look deep down the field. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
From the gun on 3rd down, Duckworth. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 42. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And again, it's Chubb. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. On 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Chubb running right. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, Duckworth. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw. Duckworth. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action, Willis. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Willis takes a hit, and the ball is free. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They go play action with Willis. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Throwing to start the drive. Duckworth. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it third down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Out of the gun now on third down. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They'll look to throw again. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A give running right is Chubb. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And some space here. Touchdown, Titans.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Willis will try and throw for this. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
From the gun on third down, Duckworth. He's got his man. That's Woods on the out route. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. Third quarter action. Slot man moves right. Again, he'll drop to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On the counter, it's Henry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations. That also means that his publicist...
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Off the play fake, Duckworth. This pass caught, it's Woods. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They go play action here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Harold Landry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, Parker, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off play action. Duckworth. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Running left, it's Henry. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 112 yards on the ground now for Henry. He's got a 1st down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Gets it out wide quickly. Burks with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Willis, pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Tough spot for Willis and the Titans, now facing 3rd and long following the sack. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
4th down, Willis is off, and Randy Bullock is on now for the Titans field goal.
From the left hash, this from 46. And that is not going to go for Bullock. It's left to the upright, no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
And, partner, a lot of kickers in this spot like to aim at the right upright and just draw it back down the center. This one looked like it was aimed at the left upright and just kept bending away.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
Willis got to have this one.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. So this one winds up in Indianapolis victory.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Indianapolis, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.